Coming up next on the ABC 10 News at 4, it was another hot day today, but slightly milder temperatures are on the way for this weekend. Plus, thousands more U.S. troops deployed to the Middle East as the war with Iran continues.
Good Friday afternoon, everyone. I'm Walt Gray.
And I'm Brenden Mincheff in for Monica Woods. Thanks for joining us. Today we're following several stories for you, as usual. New at 4, remembering the life and career of legendary actor and martial artist Chuck Norris.
And happening now, thousands in Hawaii under evacuation orders. Heavy rain threatening to overflow a dam. It's been raining there for days. We'll also tell you about how the war with Iran could impact the cost of pharmaceuticals.
But we will start with weather. That is our top story. It has been all week long because it's hot, way hotter than where we should be for this time of year. 86 is where we're at right now in Sacramento. The national average today now at $3.93 a gallon. That's up 99 cents since the war began 3 weeks ago. Meanwhile, in California, that average is $5.66. Gas Buddy says this has been the largest 3-week spike ever. Americans as a whole are paying an extra $575 million every day on gas and diesel compared to when the war started. And it's not just increasing the price at the pump. The closure of the Strait of Hormuz is having a ripple effect on the economy. More than a quarter of the world's helium comes from Qatar and travels through the Strait of Hormuz, according to the U.S. Geological Survey. It is vital for cooling MRI machines and making AI chips, and is already in short supply. Aluminum is used in large building materials, and its price has surged to a 4-year high because of the strait's closure, disrupting the supply chain.
If you've been flying Southwest Airlines, you may have noticed something odd in the app, a standby notice even after you buy a ticket.
We reached out to the airline to figure out why this is happening and whether travelers buying the lowest fares are really guaranteed a seat. Southwest tells us the standby message appears only on the mobile app and only for the last 14 passengers holding basic fares on full flights. Their seats haven't been assigned yet, but they do have one.
Clint Henderson, the managing editor at The Points Guy, explains most of these passengers aren't actually at risk of being bumped.
Now, Southwest couldn't say when the issue will be fixed, but notes that while bumping is possible, it is rare.
So the bottom line, if you do see standby after booking, Southwest says it's likely just an app glitch. Still, though, if you're flying soon, it's smart to double-check your seat and speak with an agent at the gate.
Evacuation orders have been issued to more than 4,000 people in Hawaii as the islands remain under a flood watch. Officials are now warning of the imminent failure of a 120-year-old dam northwest of Honolulu. Severe rain has been flooding neighborhoods since last week. Homes and cars almost completely inundated. Officials have been keeping an eye on the dam as the storm progressed, but they now say that water is actively running over the spillway, which has prompted an emergency alert to residents that went out this morning. Meanwhile, here at home, we've been tracking a record-breaking heat for this time of year, melting our snowpack at record rates, and some ski resorts like Dodge Ridge have already closed for the season, and Sierra at Tahoe, like what we talked about a few minutes ago, shuts down on Sunday. So we are full steam ahead into summer, even though today's the first day of spring.
And the rivers are running pretty high, right, because of the runoff. You got to be super careful down there. I love going out on levee patrol. We go along the banks and you try to find if the levee's compromised because the water's so high. It could be rodents, could be tree roots. There's a lot of things you need to check on. But it's kind of fun to make sure everything's cool.
But I mean, the amount of water coming down, I mean, that's something you normally do in like a May or a June.
Exactly.
And we're doing this in March.
Doing it now.
Yeah, typically we have a lot of snow still at this time of the year. But when we look at temperatures, 86 right now in Sacramento, 90 in Elk Grove, 88 in Stockton, 81 in Truckee right now, 81 Nevada City, 88 Fairfield and Vacaville, 90 in Modesto, 92 Manteca. This is shaping up to be the hottest day of the year, especially in places like Truckee, into the 80s, Elk Grove at 90, Stockton not quite at 90. They did hit 90 yesterday. Modesto back in the 90s today, 92 in Manteca. So yeah, hot temperatures. And we've already broken the daily high temperature record in Sacramento. The previous record was 82. Whatever today ends up being, whether it is, 86, 87, 88, It doesn't matter. We've already broken that record once again. So every day since Sunday in Sacramento, we have tied or set new daily high temperature records. 86 right now as we look towards the Tower Bridge. Winds out of the northwest at less than 5 miles per hour. That 24-hour change is basically right where we were this time yesterday. So another couple hours here where we're going to stay in those 80s. But even as we work towards midnight, we are still going to be in the 70s. I've got some low 70s all the way towards about 11 o'clock tonight, which means a warm start to the morning. We are in those mid to upper 50s on Saturday morning. 58 in Sacramento, 57 Stockton, 58 in Modesto, 65 in Placerville, even 41 in Tahoe. Now, we may get a little bit of cloud cover coming in tonight, and if that's the case, that will help to keep us warm as opposed to letting us cool off through the overnight. So again, those clouds are not going to be helping us cool down overnight tonight. Some clouds through tomorrow afternoon. Temps starting to trend a little bit lower, about 87 in Sacramento, 87 Stockton, 86 in Modesto, 87 Vacaville. Not really expecting 90s tomorrow in the Valley, 83 in Sonora, 81 in Auburn, 70 in Truckee, and 68 in Tahoe. So even though trending lower, mind you, the normal high, 67 degrees. We're still 20 degrees warmer than where we should be. Looking across the southwest, that continues to be the trend where temperatures maybe just a smidge lower through the weekend. 87 here in Sacramento tomorrow, 84 on Sunday. Palm Springs 103 tomorrow to 101, then 99 on Monday. That's a cool down, right? 106 in Phoenix Saturday, 102 Sunday, still 100 on Monday. Denver, one of the other cities we've been watching, earliest 90-degree day on record coming for them tomorrow. Then they get a cool down happening on Sunday with a cold front. No such cold front coming for us, so we are going to stay well above normal with record highs through the weekend and through most of next week. However, when we start looking at the very long range pattern out towards April 1st, we finally see that high pressure ridge break down and we could have temperatures dropping back towards seasonal, but that is a long ways away. So like I said, every day since Sunday has been in the 80s and we've at least tied the daily high temperature record. As we go into the weekend and next week, we are still going to be tying or breaking records. So we're going to hit the most 80-degree days in March tomorrow, the longest stretch of 80-degree days today. We should be tying that up. And as we look at the next 10 days here, a lot of 80 degrees, but you do see some relief coming about 10 days from now.
Wow, like 71 will be a huge cool down, and that'll be what it should be normally.
Actually, it'll still be about 3 to 5 degrees warmer than normal. So yeah,
hey,
cool
work
down.
with me on this.
I'm trying. There's a silver lining. I'm just trying to put it all into perspective. Let's move on. A Northern California man speaking out after surviving a shark attack this week.
It happened at Mendocino Headland State Park on Wednesday afternoon. The 39-year-old told ABC News he was going out for a quick surf before picking up his 9-month-old from daycare.
The man suffered injuries to both his legs and now speaks about his ordeal.
It is the first official day of spring and travel is surging. Health experts are urging travelers to avoid warmer weather dangers that send people to the ER every year.
Doctors say emergency rooms see a surge in injuries at this time of year from several preventable dangers. Stay hydrated to avoid heat-related illnesses and be aware of any medications that may cause faster dehydration. Apply and reapply sunscreen, health experts say, every 2 hours to be safe. And don't dismiss any early signs like a lack of sweating and altered mental status.
And if your spring break vacation includes alcohol consumption, be extra safe. Doctors say alcohol-induced falls and head injuries are also an issue. Patients fall or climb on things they wouldn't normally do while drinking. They recommend completely avoiding cocktail consumption if you're getting on a boat or into the ocean or a pool.
And from neighbors helping neighbors to inspiring acts of kindness, each week To The Point anchor Alex Bell introduces us to a champion of hope. Alex, you are joining us today with this week's story.
Yes, and I love this story.
It'll be a hot weekend ahead, and you can stay cool with a night of passionate and poignant music.
All right, the Sacramento Philharmonic and Opera performing the beloved opera La Traviata. It is tonight and Sunday. It's a timeless opera of love and sacrifice, telling a tragic love story with emotionally charged performances of sacrifice and drama. Tonight's show, 7:30. Sunday's show, 2 p.m. Both are at the Safe Credit Union Performing Arts Center in downtown Sacramento.
ABC 10's Laura Painter is a board member and hosts the pre-concert lectures. Tickets start at $45. More information can be found on our website, abc10.com. And also this weekend, get your comic book fill with Sacramento Comic Con starting Saturday and running through Sunday.
That's right. Dig through comic bins, search for collectibles and toys, and meet some of your favorite voice artists and artists. Voice actors and artists. Celebrity guests include the cast of the anime Naruto, suit actors for the Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles movie, and several comic book artists. Full weekend tickets are $25. Saturday-only tickets are $20. Sunday only, $10. And now to what is trending. Let's find out what people are wanting to know, Brenden, right now.
Well, I think the first thing is March Madness, right? We've got a lot of brackets out there, and as March Madness is now underway, the action isn't just on the court. A national survey shows sports betting is growing and also growing amongst younger adults, many under the legal age.
That's right. The National Council on Problem Gambling found most adult bettors started before 21. Nearly a quarter were placing sports bets. Reporter Caroline Muller now takes a look at betting culture on a college campus in Tennessee. You know, what's interesting is the most bet-on team in college football, I think, is the University of Hawaii. Because that's always the last game of the night. And if you've lost it all day long, you're going to try to get it all back on the Hawaii game.
Got to get one more, right?
The last game on a Saturday night late.
There's one thing, you know, when you're just filling out a bracket, having fun. I think it's another thing to put a ton of money on it.
Yeah, you know, bet. You can get the joy of winning. You don't have to bet everything.
Everything in moderation.
Yeah, that's
Popular
what they say.
K-pop group BTS is back, and they released a new album last night. Their first since taking a 4-year break to complete mandatory military service in South Korea. And to celebrate, the group is performing a free concert for thousands of fans in South Korea on Saturday. The performance will be streamed live on Netflix around the world. That would be about 4 a.m. here in California. The group is also going on a world tour later this year. They will be here in Northern California in May. However, tickets have already sold out.
Wow, okay.
On the back roads.
He's like Houdini doing bird tricks.
Yeah,
right?
And unfortunately, that's not what it looks like up there right now. Find more Bartell's Backroads destinations on the ABC 10 TV streaming app. They're all under the Shows tab. Scroll down to Travel, Bartell's Backroads, and you can download that app free to your TV wherever you stream. We're back after this. The news at 5 is next. Let's check in to see what we're working on for you.
It's ABC 10's Laura Painter tonight.
Yeah, hi guys, great to see you. Next on ABC 10 News at 5.